Hey, everybody. This is Tara McCullum with Beyond This Reality. And what do I do? I really help people unravel from all the patterns, whether they are past patterns, family patterns, unconscious patterns that keep them in the dark, gray, lifeless, heavy life to emerge into a full color life where they get to overflow with lavish overflowing and joy and abundance and everything else for reals. Tonight, I wanted to come and talk to you about what are you choosing and broadcasting. And I wanted to bring a really funny visualization to you because I'm really visual and I really like to see how things are working. And so I wanted to bring it to you. I'm sure you guys have heard of ask and receive. Well, it doesn't seem to be quite as simple as that. And what I mean by that is generally it's ask, watch what delivery instructions are brought to you in order to follow through so that you can receive. And here's my visual. So let's say you go to the ice cream store, right? And you ask for some ice cream. The person behind the counter might even just bring you a bunch of different scoops. And what they're waiting for is to find out what you choose. And what you choose is what they're going to bring you more of. Now, if you're standing behind the counter and you go, well, I don't really deserve to have the one that I want. I should probably pick the one that I don't want because that's a lesser one. When really all the ice creams are completely equal, you just get to choose what you want. And so if you really hate peanut butter ice cream, but you choose it, that's what you're going to get delivered, right? So you asked originally just for some ice cream. And then when the choice came, you chose peanut butter instead of chocolate chip cookie dough, which you totally love and would have been delivered if that's what you chose. Now let's move to a real thing because you're like, yeah, whatever, that doesn't even work. Many of you are asking for money, right? But you're not realizing that the universe is bringing money. And it's what you're choosing and what you're broadcasting that decides what kind of money is being delivered and what continues to be delivered. So sometimes you're choosing money problems and broadcasting money problems. And so it keeps delivering it. It just absolutely does. And then other times you choose money abundance and you don't realize that when you start spending more because you have money abundance and you make yourself wrong for that the universe realizes that you're choosing different and you're choosing lack. And I don't mean by spending, I mean by making yourself wrong for the spending. Here's an example. So I got bigger tax bills this year, totally bigger ones. And instead of going into freak out or irritation or broadcasting negativity, I celebrated. The only reason I got bigger tax bills is because I made more money last year. And I have an amazing accountant, so it wasn't that much bigger. Like, I have an amazing accountant. So the other thing is like I just spent a bunch of money on a retreat that I'm doing, on a trip that I'm taking, flights, a room, tickets to an event. It's a convention that I'm doing. All of these are investments in the direction of my business. And I could go into freak out, or I could go into, oh my gosh, like all these things are so costly and all this. But I have the money to do it, right? And not only that, but I'm investing in something greater. So as I am choosing these things, I also ask the questions of how much am I investing in and how much would it like to grow because I'm actually getting all in. The universe really listens, kind of like the guy or the woman behind the counter who's taking your order, right? If you're asking and your order is for abundance or for money, but what you choose is money problems, and what you broadcast is money problems, they keep giving you more. If in all situations that when you're getting presented with something, you look at the celebration of it and you choose more of that and the abundance. Because if you have abundance, most likely you do desire to spend it. You do desire to pay your taxes. You do desire to pay your mortgage. You do desire to pay your car payment. You do desire to buy other people things. And so if you celebrate in those moments of spending, you also celebrate in the moments of receiving. So let's move to a totally different subject. Let's say you're in a relationship, right? Or maybe let's say that you're not in a relationship and you're asking for one. Are you celebrating the choices that you're making, even the no choices? Because you're getting super clear about what it is you desire in your life. Not the perfection, but just the clarity of what is a contribution and what isn't a contribution to your life. How you are showing up for the other person, not just how they're showing up for you. Do you celebrate how you show up for others? How much you have to give? How much you have in you the space to receive? The ability to be so present that you receive the fullness of the other person, the nuances, and all of that. So, yes, asking is extremely important, but observe even more how you're choosing. Observe even more what you're broadcasting, because whatever you're choosing and broadcasting is what will be delivered even more. You can ask until you're blue in the face, but if what you're always choosing is the things that you don't truly desire and what bring you down and make you heavy, then only you are the one that can change what you start getting delivered by choosing differently and possibly asking differently. But I have a feeling you're asking for what you desire. You're just not willing to choose what you desire. And if you are, celebrate it. Choose it even more. Because the universe is completely infinite and it is just responding to your choices and your broadcasts. There would be a really funny skit if you could see like the conversation that happens in my head every day as things get delivered, because sometimes things get delivered and I would say like choices get delivered, right? And sometimes they feel really nauseating because they show up and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a really big choice. And if I stayed in smallness, I would choose against myself, right? And I don't want to do that. So I really ask questions. Is this a contribution to the life that I desire? Did this show up because I asked? And is this actually an answer to it? Am I willing to make the choice that could actually catapult my life forward and get me out of this comfort zone? And then am I willing to make the next choices? Because a lot of times one choice requires many more choices for like the opening to actually blossom. And so sometimes we have to really get clear with ourselves. Are we willing to get in, not just one foot, because that's one step forward. Most of the time what the universe brings us requires a dance. It requires like steps forward, multiple, both feet in, the whole body, go all the way. And we don't want to do that. We just want to do one toe in and then pull it back out. Well, then if we pull back out, then we only have to look at ourselves and realize the universe delivered. We just didn't get all in. So what would it take for you to get behind your own asks, to get behind what the universe is delivering, to show up, both feet in, and to walk forward in celebration, not trepidation. How much fun can you have? Truly, if you go and deliver something, or if you're the person behind the counter, isn't it way more fun to deliver something to somebody who's smiling and having a great time? Don't you want to give even more to that person? Are you willing to be that person for the universe? The person who celebrates as it delivers and really chooses in alignment with what you desire, not against yourself. How much fun can you have? Let me know what your thoughts are about this and how things are showing up for you, what you're starting to choose for yourself, what's in alignment with your asks, and what else is being delivered as you're going about it in this way. Thanks so much for listening. If you would like more videos, if you have other things that you would like me to talk about, I would love you to put it in the comments below. And subscribe and follow me if you're really enjoying these so that you find out when I put new ones up. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.